Thank you, Can Corla. Minister, I've sat in my office for the last few hours and I've listened very carefully to this debate, to many powerful, moving and incisive contributions. I read a lot of the text of the Seanad debate and the bill itself and the amendments we will be discussing tomorrow. And like everyone else in this House, I too have received the thousands of heartbreaking and heart-rending emails from Irish men and women. Now, I wasn't a member of this House when the Commission of Inquiry was established, but I think I can safely say that it is unlikely that it was the intent of that Dáil who established the Commission that would bring us to the point where we are today. I don't have the legal context of those who sat in this chamber when the Commission was set up. And I suppose I don't have the experience that some of my colleagues have. But listening to the debate tonight, I can hear that there is a dispute, a real dispute, as to the legal implications of the course of action that you propose to take. To me, Minister, it seems that you are saying, my hands are tied. Basically, I am precluded from any other action except what's in this bill. Minister, I'm not at all convinced that your hands are tied. And do you know something? Even if they are, you must untie them. You must find a way. And perhaps listening to your colleagues here tonight and some of the people on the opposition benches, perhaps they can help you to untie some of those knots. You, Minister, I believe, have to find a way to ensure an extension so that we all in this House can, in a calm, compassionate and humane and judicious way, pass legislation that will fully preserve the database intact, ensure it is not sealed, any chance that it would be sealed for the next 30 years, and ensure privacy rights balanced with proper access. Minister, it has already been suggested by many colleagues that you bring all the party and group spokespersons on board and explore, along with the AG, how to find a mechanism to delay the passage of the bill. Now, I know that you have engaged with many people, both sides of this House, but that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking that at this stage you would take that step. And, Minister, we talked about pre-legislative scrutiny, which of course has not happened. As far as I'm concerned, this piece of legislation is beyond you. It's beyond me. It's beyond everyone in this House. But you know something? It's one of the most important pieces of legislation we will ever pass because of the impact that it will have on so many people's lives. If you won't find, or if you can't find, a mechanism to delay this bill, will you accept the amendments that will prevent the possible disastrous outcome of passing this legislation as it now stands? In this House, we're used to receiving hundreds, even thousands of emails on different subjects. But in my time, I have never seen the volume of emails, and I've never witnessed, ever, the level of anguish and desperation expressed in those emails. You'd want to have a heart of stone not to respond, not to do every single thing in your power to acknowledge the pain that reverberates in every line of those emails, and then do something about it. When the Commission of Inquiry was set up, it gave some real hope that this state and its people were finally facing up to the unspeakable horrors endured by so many young women and their children. We can't snatch this hope from them at the last minute and lock it away with some or all of the information. Minister, you are not part of the complicit Ireland. You're too young. But some of us who are older, and here I include myself, we did not ask the questions. We accepted what was happening in front of our very eyes. Yes, some of the worst of it was hidden, but the principles underpinning that system were there for all of us to see. But we washed our hands and we walked away. I don't think we can make the same choices today or tomorrow. Just because something is legally complicated, just because something is legally difficult, we can't wash our hands and say, we tried, but there is nothing to be done. You, as I said, Minister, were not complicit, but you are the Minister now, and you have a historic opportunity to do the right thing. And in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, but I know it's shared by other colleagues here, that would be to consult with the opposition, and I mean real, meaningful consultation. To do that, to see if we can find a solution. As I said earlier, we had some excellent contributions here tonight. And, for example, we had a forensic analysis from Deputy Connolly, who traced this process back to the time when the awful truth began to emerge into the public domain. We have not heard any explanation as to why all the evidence received and all documents drawn up by the Commission be lodged with the Minister. Why does this not happen? We have been given no clarification as to why the 6th interim report wasn't published. And furthermore, you have not convinced us that the link to the 2004 legislation will not mean for certain that this database is not sealed for 30 years. Also, Minister, I have little knowledge of the workings of TUSLA, but so many of those who have contacted me do not want TUSLA to be the repository for the database. I'm sure there are many good people in TUSLA, but it's the institutional mindset that has failed so many people. That's the fear, the real fear of many survivors. They have fought and fought and fought for their information, and we cannot expect them to fight again. So finally, Minister, it's my understanding from listening to you that you will introduce further legislation to correct the deficiencies of the current bill we are discussing. And I have no doubt that is your intention. But as we all know, Minister, unintended consequences can easily flow from legislation that we recognise is flawed, or at least contains some flaws. And I come back to the question many people have asked. Why can we not find a mechanism now, or in the next short period of time. You also stated, Minister, that you will involve the Committee on Children, Disability and Equality in the process, where citizens and others can give evidence. But, Minister, it's clear that hurdle should have been well cleared before tonight. Finally, can I say, I believe your situation is a difficult one. But whatever you do, please don't re-traumatise those who have suffered the unspeakable. And maybe you might think of doing what very few ministers before you have done, and that's stand back and engage with the relevant people who just might help you to find solutions.